Have you ever been sitting on a plane, looked out the window, and just thought, how on earth is this thing actually staying up here? Well, today we're going to peel back the curtain and uncover the real secrets of how a massive, heavy machine can lift off the ground and just soar. I mean, seriously, just think about it for a second. We're talking about a metal tube that weighs hundreds of thousands of pounds, and somehow it just flies. It feels like it's defying gravity. It's one of those modern marvels we kind of take for granted, but trust me, the real science behind it is way cooler than you probably think. Okay, so if you've ever asked someone how a plane flies, chances are you were told this one. Very simple, very tidy little story. It's the one I was taught growing up, and hey, even a lot of pilots learn it this way at first. And you know what? It seems to make perfect sense. The story goes a little something like this. An airplane wing is curved on top, but it's flatter on the bottom. So when the wing cuts through the air has to split. The air molecules that go over that longer, curved top path have to speed up. They have to hustle to meet up with their buddies that took the shorter, flatter path underneath. The key idea here is that they have to arrive at the back of the wing at the exact same time. And this is where a famous bit of science called Bernoulli's principle enters the chat. The principle basically says that faster-moving air has lower pressure. So according to this story, you get this super fast, low-pressure air on top and this slower, higher-pressure air on the bottom. And what happens when you've got high pressure down below and low pressure up top? Well, you get a push. The higher pressure underneath literally pushes the wing upward, and that creates the amazing force we all call lift. Simple, right? Elegant, and, well, not exactly true. Okay, so here's the big twist. That whole story, the one scientists call the equal transit theory, it's pretty much a myth. We know this because of wind tunnel experiments. They show that the air racing over the top of the wing actually gets to the back way sooner than the air below. There's just no rule in physics that says they have to meet up at the same time. So that can't be the whole story. So if that's not it, how do airplanes really fly? Well, the truth is it's a team effort. It's not just one thing, but three incredible principles of physics all working together. You can think of them as the three secret ingredients, or maybe the three superheroes of flight. So, secret number one is what I like to call the push. And this is all thanks to good old Isaac Newton. You know the saying, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Think about this. Have you ever stuck your hand out of a moving car window and tilted it up? You can feel the wind push your hand right up, can't you? That's because your hand is pushing the air down. An airplane wing is doing the exact same thing, just on a much, much bigger scale. It's angled to push a massive amount of air downwards, and as a reaction, the air pushes the wing upward. Now, that old story wasn't totally wrong about everything. There is a pressure difference, and that brings us to secret number two, the squeeze. Here's how it really works. That curved shape of the wing forces the air flowing over the top to speed up. And yep, thanks to Bernoulli's principle, that faster air does create a zone of lower pressure, so the higher pressure air below pushes the wing up into that low pressure zone. It's like the wing is getting a powerful upward squeeze. And our final secret ingredient is the stick. This one's kind of wild. Air is a fluid, and it has this funny property where it likes to stick to curved surfaces. You can actually see this for yourself. Go to your sink, turn on the faucet just a little, and hold the back of a spoon in the stream. The water doesn't just splash off, it wraps around the curve of the spoon. That's called the Quanda effect, and it makes the air stick to the wing's curve, bending the whole flow of air downwards and giving even more power to the push. So there you have it. We've got the push, the squeeze, and the stick. Three totally different principles. But the real magic, the real genius of flight, is how they all team up on a modern airplane wing. Okay, so let's put it all together. A modern wing, what engineers call an airfoil, is just a masterpiece designed to get the most out of all three secrets. First, it's tilted at a slight upward angle, pilots call this the angle of attack, to get a really powerful push. Second, its curved top creates that crucial low-pressure zone for the squeeze. And finally, that same beautiful curve uses the stick to bend the airflow down, generating even more lift. It's a perfect combination. And you can see these principles at play everywhere. I mean, take a simple paper airplane. It's got a flat wing, right? So it flies almost entirely on the push. You have to throw it with its nose tilted up just to force that air down. But a gigantic jetliner, it needs all the help it can get. Its wings are these incredibly sophisticated curved things designed to perfectly blend the push the squeeze, and the stick for maximum super efficient lift. All right, let's go ahead and bring this baby in for a landing with a quick summary. To make sure you remember the real science of flight, let's run through your very own pilot's checklist with all the key takeaways. Okay, checklist time. Item 1. The longer path story is a myth. Air does not have to meet up. Check. Item 2. Remember the push? That's just Newton's action-reaction. Check. Item 3. The squeeze. A very real pressure difference creates lift. Check. Item 4. The stick. The awesome Coanda effect bends air down. Check. And finally, the big one. All three work together. It's that teamwork that lets a massive piece of metal just dance in the sky. This brings up a really cool final point. An airplane achieves its greatest lift when taking off into the highest headwinds. Now, you might think flying into the wind sounds like a bad thing, but for takeoff, it's a huge help. A headwind means that even before the plane starts moving fast, there's already a lot of air flowing over the wings. This generates lift way faster and allows for a shorter, steeper takeoff. It's a perfect example of turning what seems like a challenge into a major advantage. So the next time you're on a flight and you look out that little window at the wing, you'll know the real secrets that are keeping you up there. It's not magic, it's just this beautiful symphony of physics. And that really just leaves me with one last question for you. Now that you're in on the secret, where in the world would you want to fly?